Well, we come down to the third and final senior qualifying heat this afternoon, and it is Heat 3, Groups E versus F. Let's take you through the starting grid. Pole position, the returning Aaron Ferrazzano, back from injury. He will have Matthias van der Kerkhofer alongside on the front row. It's going to be an interesting one for Sascha Van Bosch. He's going to be starting on the inside of row 2 with Andrea Pirovano alongside on that second row. Kevin Latinga and Lucas Horsica round out row 3 with Milan Marczak and Raffaele Santocono on row 4. Liano Couture and Jörg Müller round out row 5. Eden Spanswick, due to start in the inside of row number 6, was due to have Rafael Linders alongside. Not too sure if the 366 is out of the dummy grid. Might have to start from the mechanical area, possibly. Behind them will be Tristan Kroon and Davin Singer. Jack Buckley and Tobias Norman round out row number 8 with Thibaut Gelad, Jules Van Hul, Philip Svensson and Nicolas Simic rounding out the top 20. Roberto Baz and Thibaut Wires round out row number 11 ahead of Keanu Wellens, Charlie Gloom, Sean Hogan, Isabella Gazelle, Harold Hogby Mathisen from Norway, Sib Paganar, Olivan Fate, Victor Kulmala from Finland, Dennis Boyman, Casper Norman, Ruby Vedlinden, Sibi Weimar and Aaron Sarignac with Bertram Saxe due to start in the last couple of positions on the grid. Another 10 minutes plus an additional lap on the timer, and as you can see, the sunset is fast approaching here in the Namur region, just outside of Courvin here in southern Belgium. The racing will get back underway at 9:40 a.m. local time tomorrow. Don't forget, we have also an hour going forward this coming Easter Sunday, so we're all going to get 1 hour less sleep during Saturday night, so the clocks will go forward an hour. So folks, if you are watching, don't forget about that this weekend. But the drivers will now start to get into formation. Ferrazzano and Van der Kerkhofer on the front row. They will be the drivers that will lead the way on this formation lap. And it will be a case of seeing who will become a winner this weekend so far. We're already 5 qualifying heats deep into the 2024 EAMIA Series Benelux season here at Karting d'Espagne International Raceway. The drivers, all 18 rows, 36 drivers ready to go. Lights out for 10 minutes plus an additional lap. They head into the tram lines. Lights are on the gantry. They accelerate. Are we lights out? Yes, we are. We're underway. Good stern defense from Ferrazzano as they go into turn number 1. Pirovano goes up the inside through into T1 behind Ferrazzano, who leads the field into turn 2 for the first time. And a lot of jockeying for position from the middle part of the field backwards, from round about, I would say, 18th to 20th backwards, and they're 2 by 2 coming out of turn 3 into turn 4. That could get a very, very bit too much close for comfort, but it looks like Aaron Ferrazzano has got an early lead.
Aaron Ferrazzano qui a donc pris le meilleur départ dans cette manche qualificative. Ça a été un peu plus compliqué pour la ligne extérieure qui a eu le désavantage de démarrer depuis la ligne extérieure. Justement, on l'a déjà évoqué ce week-end, la ligne intérieure qui a toujours un avantage. C'est toujours plus simple de s'élancer derrière le leader que depuis la deuxième ligne. Alors que Aaron Ferrazzano mène les débats derrière, ça attaque déjà très très fort avec un changement de position pour le gain de la deuxième place, le numéro 236 qui passe en deuxième position. Alors de qui s'agit-il? C'est tout simplement Matthias van der Kerkhove qui démarrait depuis la deuxième position sur la grille de départ. En troisième position, eh bien, on retrouve Andrea Pirovano,
who's just been passed by Sascha Van Bosch just a second ago, and now the number 307 has lost another place. So Sascha Van Bosch was very, very quickly passed. I think that's might have more than likely been Milan Marczak in the 368, who has got through. That's a change for 4th. So Pirovano, the Italian, drops 2 positions in nearly as many corners. It was more like 4 as opposed to 2. A little bit of a battle here with the 310 at the back end of that battle. I'll keep an eye on who that was. But yeah, just goes to show that there are battles up and down the order. It doesn't matter where you are in the world of karting, you will find battles everywhere. It is like non-stop, organised chaos with drivers trying to put the frighteners on everybody else. But Ferrazzano did, after that previous lap, have nearly a second advantage. But Kevin Latinga last time around put in the fastest lap of the race, 56.650. So Ferrazzano looking to strike early here in this season with an opening qualifying heat, and that will put him in a very good mood for tomorrow's final set of qualifying heats and then the finals tomorrow afternoon.
Un très bon début de course de la part d'Aaron Ferrazzano qui avait déjà creusé un écart de près d'une seconde, même si derrière on a un homme qui est plus rapide, hein. C'est Kevin Latinga qui passe désormais devant le pilote italien Andrea Pirovano qui débute de manière un peu plus délicate ici dans cette manche qualificative. Il démarrait depuis la quatrième position. Il était bien au départ, mais là il vient de perdre encore une position. Il se retrouve sixième maintenant. Andrea Pirovano qui nous fait le plaisir d'être là, pilote italien qu'on n'a pas l'habitude de voir en Yamaha Series Benelux, mais il est bien là et pour l'instant eh bien, il a été un petit peu malmené en ce début de course. En tout cas il est toujours sixième, ce qui n'est pas spécialement mauvais pour l'instant, mais durant quelques tours il s'est fait malmener, notamment par Sacha Van Padbosch qui était passé devant lui. Sacha Van Padbosch qui réalise un bon début de course pour l'instant. Il est pour l'instant deuxième, juste derrière un certain Matthias Van Kerkhove et derrière Aaron Ferrazzano qui possède toujours un avantage de 8 dixièmes d'avance, donc ça revient un tout petit peu derrière lui, mais pour l'instant il a encore le temps de voir venir. Attention toutefois, ici à Mariembourg, l'aspiration joue un rôle vraiment très important. On peut gagner énormément et forcément Aaron Ferrazzano, en étant leader de cette manche qualificative, eh bien, il n'a pas l'opportunité de bénéficier de l'aspiration, tout le contraire de ses adversaires dont font partie Matthias Van Kerkhove, Sacha Van Padbosch et le numéro 368, c'est Milan Marsak.
So Ferrazzano controlling proceedings at the moment as we are just under 30 seconds away from half time of this 10-minute plus one additional lap. Final qualifying heat of the day. It's Heat 3, Groups E versus F, and Ferrazzano looks to have his lead slightly chopped away. Actually, that was a big chop away by Van der Kerkhoff on that particular occasion. 3/10. Van der Kerkhoff has a little bit of pace in the 2:36, but Sacha Van Bosch is closing on in. Now, this says to me what we saw in one of the earlier junior heats. We could see a re-emergence of that when you have the top five rounded out by Kevin Latinga, covered by 1.2 seconds. Expect those gaps to close in as the timer counts down. So Ferrazzano has got to be very, very wary of how quickly Van der Kerkhoff is closing. And that will be relayed to him by the mechanic on the gantry just outside of the chicane coming onto the start-finish straight. So Ferrazzano has just got to keep his head cool, calm and clear and not make any unforced errors. If the battle comes to him, then he's got to sternly defend. He knows how to race. So does Van der Kerkhoff and so does Van Padbosch. And then also Marczak. Van der Kerkhoff just set the new fastest lap of the race, a lap ago, 55.7. So the driver in second is closing in on the race leader at a rapid rate of knots.
L'écart qui s'est considérablement réduit entre le leader et les poursuivants. 3 dixièmes d'écart, peut-être déjà un peu moins maintenant, entre Aaron Ferrazzano et Matthias Van der Kerkhoff, qui emmène juste derrière lui Sacha Van Padbosch et mène Milan Marczak qui est quatrième là avec eh bien une visibilité sur ce qui se passe devant. Il est en position d'attente, mais attention aussi à l'attaque là, Matthias Van der Kerkhoff qui va certainement être sous la pression de Sacha Van Padbosch, mais en tout cas en tête de la course c'est eh bien le regroupement, hein. On a plus d'écart significatif entre les leaders, ce qui promet une fin de course tout à fait exceptionnelle.
Yes indeed, so 3 minutes and 10 seconds still to go, plus an additional lap before we close out the opening day of the 2024 Yamaha Series Benelux season here at Karting Defang International Raceway here at Mariembourg. But Aaron Ferrazzano quickly looks over the right shoulder to see when Matthias van der Kerkhofer is in terms of proximity. Then Sacha van den Bosch, last year's junior X30 champion, now makes the move up to the senior ranks and is also very much showcasing his prowess on the 276. Milan Marzak a little bit further behind in the 268 and is closely being followed by Kevin Latinga, who rounds out the top 5. Then it's Horsica, Pirovano, Sant'Agorno, Kroon and Muller rounding out the top 10. Over the line we go once again, and the gap now is just over 0.2 of a second. Ferrazzano has the opportunity to take a win and put a little bit of motivation and a bit of confidence into tomorrow. It's a long day tomorrow for not just the seniors but the juniors as they come through turn 4. And it is line astern. They were nearly half a second apart, and it's going to be the person that is going to go for it more than anybody between the top 3. So Ferrazzano still leads. Van der Kerkhofer and Van den Bosch round out the top 3 places. Still, anything can happen in these next couple of laps. If they start battling away, keep your eyes on Marzak and Latinga. They are rounding out the top 5. Last time around, we're covered by just over 1.85 seconds. Ferrazzano takes a quick glance over the right shoulder. There's Van der Kerkhofer up the inside through turn 1, takes the lead from Aaron Ferrazzano, who up until that point, well, Ferrazzano, you know, has not put a foot wrong, but there's Van den Bosch up the inside and gets through for second through turn 3. Ferrazzano within 3 corners, demoted from first to third. And that has unleashed Matthias van der Kerkhofer in the number 236. And now Van den Bosch and Ferrazzano have got to start chasing. They've got to work together on this particular occasion. Less than 60 seconds on the timer remains. And Van der Kerkhofer in the number 236 leads the way. Out of the first of the 2 right-handers here at the far part of the circuit. We go on to the penultimate lap of day 1 of 2024. And it's Matthias van der Kerkhofer that leads the way with 2 laps to go by nearly 4/10 ahead of Sacha van den Bosch, with Aaron Ferrazzano a further 10th and a bit behind. The top 5 now covered by less than 1.6 seconds. Through out of turn number 3. Van der Kerkhofer takes a look over the right shoulder, sees Van den Bosch as opposed to Ferrazzano just behind, as the timer will quickly expire as they come through out of turn number 6. And Ferrazzano clutching onto the rear bumper of Van den Bosch in this first heat for these drivers. Timer has now expired. 1 more lap to go with this 1,380 metre clockwise circuit here at Quartier d'Ifagne. And now Ferrazzano is not that far behind Van den Bosch in the battle for P2. Last lap underway of the day here on Friday. Ferrazzano up the inside and had to back out of it. He had to back out of it. Did not want a chance going through on the inside of Van den Bosch through turn 1 and inadvertently having an incident with him and taking the pair of them out of the process. Van den Bosch in the meantime is holding on to that 2nd place. It's solid points in terms of the rankings. So with the qualifying heats, they want to make sure that you get through to the final tomorrow afternoon, the A final. That's more important to a lot of these drivers. And whilst they've been battling away, Marzak and Latinga are not that far adrift, but could it be a run to the line? Through the penultimate right-hander here on the circuit. Does Van der Kerkhofer have enough of an advantage? Looks to be the case. It's about 2 kart lengths. And Matthias van der Kerkhofer will power out of the chicane and will take the final heat of the day. It was a photo finish between Sacha van den Bosch and Aaron Ferrazzano for second. They were separated by 36 thousandths of a second. Milan Marzak takes P4. Kevin Latinga 5th. Lucas Horsica from the Czech Republic in 6th place ahead of Andrea Pirovano, who started 4th, Raffaele Sant'Agorno and Tristan Kroon with Iliano Couture rounding out the top 10 places. But Aaron Ferrazzano, with about 3 to 4 laps to go, was leading, hadn't put a foot wrong, and it was Matthias van der Kerkhofer in the 2.36 that would take the win after an exciting duel around this 1,380 metre circuit here at Captain d'Espagne. So the remainder of the drivers come through. So it's Van der Kerkhofer from Van Pamposh with the Fusion Motorsport Benelux Progress Racing. Aaron Ferrazzano, Milan Magzak, Kevin Lettinga, Lucas Horsica, Pirovano, Kroon, Santocono and Couture rounding out the top 10. Eden Spanswick, 11th head of Joop Muller, with Gillard, Bas, Norman, Buckley, Van Hoel rounding out the top 16. Norman, Tobias Norman, Kilano Vallens, Sean Hogan and Harold Mathisen from Norway rounding out the top 20. Bertolom Saxe, Philip Svensson. We have got a couple of drivers being given penalties post-race for leaving the corridor with 2 wheels. Davin Singer, Nicolas Simic, Sib Paganar, Sib Vima, Olivier Fate, and then we've got Victor Kumala, Thibaut Wires, Dennis Bowman, Isabel Cazelle, Raphael Leenders, Ruby Verlinden and Aaron Sarignac rounding out the 36 strong. All drivers finished the 12-lap race, covered by just over 34 seconds. But Aaron Ferrazzano back from injury and still very much at the sharp end, but it was Matthias van der Kerkhofer that took the race win.
Et voilà, nous sommes avec Matthias van der Kerkhove, le vainqueur de cette dernière manche de qualification de la journée. Alors Matthias, vous avez été le plus rapide, le plus régulier dans cette manche qualificative. Comment ça s'est passé pour vous?
Au départ, la ligne intérieure avait pris un mauvais départ, donc j'ai pu m'incruster à l'intérieur, ce qui m'a fait prendre un bon départ. Et puis Aaron a créé un peu l'écart, j'ai réussi à le rattraper, et puis la fin de la course, c'était juste gérer les pneus.
Alors évidemment, débuter un week-end comme celui-là, de cette manière, c'est très important. Ça donne confiance pour la suite du week-end?
Oui, c'est sûr, ça donne confiance, on sait qu'on a la vitesse et on partira avec des encore meilleures bases pour la suite.
Alors vous avez réalisé de bonnes qualifications, vous partiez depuis la 2e position dans cette manche qualificative, donc ça veut dire que vous êtes bien en jambes, en confiance, bien avec le châssis. C'est votre 2e année dans cette catégorie, je pense, donc c'est le moment, c'est l'année où on essaye de confirmer?
Oui, c'est l'année où on essaye de gagner et on a changé d'équipe, de châssis et ça se passe très bien, donc on voit qu'on a la vitesse et on va juste continuer sur cette lancée.
Allez, merci Mathias en tout cas pour cette interview et on vous retrouve évidemment demain pour la suite du programme avec d'autres manches qualificatives qui seront au programme de cette journée de samedi et on vous retrouvera peut-être ici demain, on ne sait jamais. En tout cas, bon repos et à demain.
Merci, au revoir.